Welcome to Cultivating Her Space. I'm Dr. Dom, a college professor and licensed psychologist.
And I'm Terry Lomax, a techie and motivational speaker. Now, before we jump into today's episode, we want to share something special. For the first time in 8 years of podcasting, we're taking a much needed summer break. But stay tuned to see what that means for you.
That's right, lady. After nearly a decade of showing up week after week, we're giving ourselves a little time to rest, recharge, and refill our cups. But don't worry, we're not leaving you hanging. Over the next few weeks, we'll be dropping these mini episodes filled with reflections, insights, encouragement, and some of the conversations we think you need right now.
When we return, you can expect even more of what you love: authentic conversations, powerful storytelling, practical tools for healing and growth, and fresh perspectives on everything from mental health and relationships to self discovery and personal development. Thank you for being part of this community and for growing alongside us over the years. Now, let's get into the mini episode. Okay, so lady, I already told Dom this story, but I want to get you caught up on the group chat, okay? Because this experience almost took me out. All right. So, lady, if you don't know, I have a 5-year-old baby Z. She's pretty much grew up with the podcast and she recently became obsessed with camping. I don't know where she heard this idea. I don't know where she saw it, but she wanted to do it. And I was not raised that way. Okay. We glamped. I was in Girl Scouts. We did a different type of camping experience. Right. We had cabins. We didn't do the whole surviving in the wilderness type of vibe. But Baby Z told me that she wanted to go camping and pitch a tent and sleep outside. And Lord, kids, they will really make you grow. So me being the mom that I am, I'm like, all right, girl, we're gonna do this camping. So I did some research and I found this family campground and they have a camp night, which is it's so funny because I saw it around the same time that she asked. So I was like, okay, that's great. So I literally just went through the house and I saw that we had a beach tent that we used before and we had some other supplies. So I was like, all right, cool. I packed up a suitcase and thought we were ready to go.
A suitcase? A suitcase
Girl,
for
girl,
camping? All right,
Dom,
I'm gonna let you tell the story. I'm gonna
Dom.
let you tell the story for the
No, you
people.
are
Go
so
ahead,
right.
girl.
Because girl, why?
Go
I
ahead,
didn't.
girl.
Here's the thing. I did not know what I didn't know. So here we go. We get
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm lugging a suitcase through the mud and I'm looking around at everybody else. I'm like, oh, they don't have suitcases.
Yeah.
Okay. Something's not adding up. I notice people have all these. I just hear a lot of noises. I hear someone, they're in a tent and I hear like a modem and I'm like, what could they possibly have in there? I don't know what's going on. All I know is I'm out there trying to pitch this tent. Baby Z's not helping. She's doing her own thing.
Yeah, because she's five. Why would she
Because
help?
she's
She
five,
told you what
right?
she
She
wanted and you gotta execute.
Exactly. That's exactly how it goes. So we get there and I'm pitching the tent. It took forever. It was so difficult, but we got it. We get inside. We got mud all over the place, but it's fine. I put the blankets down. We're in there chilling. And then, of course, torrential downpour begins. And not only does it begin to rain, we're sitting there and Baby Z wants to play a game. And I'm like, why am I getting wet? I feel water. So
Aren't
I'm
you in a
looking
tent?
up, girl. There's water
Okay.
that is dripping through the ceiling of the top of the tent. And I'm looking for something on the bottom of the tent because I think we were trying to get something. And I reach down and the bottom of the blankets are getting soaked. I have like a couple blankets and I have sleeping bags. And I'm just like, what is happening? So I'm literally in the tent and then my daughter starts crying about something. Her ear hurts or something. I'm like, baby, this is not this is not the time. Like, we got to figure something out. So I explained to her what's going on. And then I start calling hotels and the Erics. I'm like, we can't stay here. Because if it's we're already getting wet now. If we sleep here, we will be soaked and sick in the morning. So I explained to her, like, okay, baby, we have to find a plan B. And I just felt so defeated. And I remember looking around, and I was just like, I wish there was a different adult here to handle this. This is overwhelming. So, long story short, I packed up everything because all the hotels were booked. It was around prom season, so everyone was booked. And we drove home with wet shit in the trunk. I was exhausted. So, we literally drove down that day a couple hours, pitched the tent, put everything in the trunk, drove back home. And again, it's downpouring. And so, my thought was not camping is not for us. I'll tell you what the thought was, but I want to know first, Dom, have you ever experienced or had an experience where the one time you did it, it went wrong. And so you wanted to swear off the whole experience. You was like, F this, I ain't doing this no more.
It's a great question. And of course, nothing is coming
Of
to me right
course.
now. And
Yep,
I'm
yep.
sure after we're done recording this
Of
episode,
course.
5 different incidents are going to pop up in my mind. And I'm going to be like, oh shit. Like
Of course.
I knew I should have talked about that. But right
Yep.
now,
It's not
nothing,
coming to you.
nothing is coming to me. But I mean, I think as you're sharing your story, I think the thing that the couple of things that immediately come up for me are like,
Hmm.
one, I think it's so cool that you haven't done this type of camping before and you were willing to try it for your baby,
Yeah,
right?
thank you.
Like the openness and the willingness to try new things, I think is so important. And it's a good life lesson for baby Z.
Yeah.
And that's just hearing the first part of the story.
Well, thank you for sharing
So
that, girl.
yeah,
That feels good as a mom because I had a couple people say that as well, and I was like, "Oh, thank you." For me, it was just like my baby said she wants this. We're going to try to make it happen, but I appreciate that. And when I thought about this, right, I feel like this is way bigger than camping, and I think it's about what we do after disappointment, right? Because how many times have we had a dream or an idea and it dies because of one bad experience, right? We might fail once and then suddenly, oh, I'm not a camping person. Oh, I'm not athletic. Oh, I'm not good with money. Or, I'm not meant to have my own business, right? We say
right.
no after a hard day. And so I think it presents us with an opportunity to ask ourselves, like, why do we quit so quickly, right? Why do
Mhm.
we let one experience define us in our experience, our future experiences?
Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if part of it for me, why I'm having a hard time coming up with a story, is
Yeah.
because I don't like failure. And
Mm.
so I I tend to be that person that like might be I might be saying all kinds of nasty words.
Yeah.
If I started it, I got to keep at it.
Yeah.
So like I think about going hiking, and I have a fear of heights.
Hmm.
Well, not necessarily heights. I don't mind being high up necessarily. I have a fear of falling, and that's what keeps me from going into like heights. And
Yeah.
so I remember it was a few months ago for a friend's birthday, and we were all hiking. It was a group of us hiking, and that trail started to get a little steep. And I didn't have any hiking gear with me, like it's just us, right?
Yeah.
And I remember having some moments where I was like, mm, I'm about to turn around and go back down, go back the way I came,
Hmm.
because this is looking like a bit too much for me, out of my element.
Yeah.
Like I had that conversation a couple of times
With
on this
yourself,
hike
not with anyone
with
else.
myself, not with anyone
Okay.
else, with myself in
Okay.
my mind. I'm like contemplating life, like, girl, what we about to do?
Okay.
And then I'm looking around at everybody else and everybody's doing it. Like, now I don't know what's going on in other people's heads because some people look like
Okay.
they are just like, there are a couple of folks that are way ahead and they look like this is their thing.
Yes.
They do this all the time. And I'm like, I have no idea what's going through anybody else's mind, but
Yeah.
everybody is still going. So, you know what?
I ain't
I'm gonna
gonna be the
keep
one that
doing
does
this.
it.
I'm not gonna be the
Yeah.
one that does it.
Hmm.
And I did say out loud at one point, like, I listen, y'all, this is a struggle for me,
Okay.
but I'm here and I'm gonna keep doing this.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, that's part of why I can't, like what's coming up is that like I keep I keep going. I don't like to fail. And
Yeah.
so even if it's gonna take me a little bit longer, or I'm gonna have, like I said, use some nasty words to get me through it, I'm
Hmm.
gonna find a way to make it happen.
I love that you share that. And I think That makes perfect sense because I feel like we're both competitive with ourselves, where it's like, oh no, this ain't gonna own me. Because that's what I said. Oh, after that, girl, I started researching. Okay.
Okay.
And so we we went home, but I said, this trip ain't gonna kick my ass. Like this will not be the memory that we have of camping. I'm gonna figure this out. So I literally, instead of, saying camping isn't for me and black people don't camp, because that was another thing. My friends was like, girl, we don't be camp. We do glamping. We don't be out there. I said, listen, my baby said she wanted to do
Listen,
that. We're
I
gonna
did
do
tell
it.
you that when you shared that
I
with
had
me. I
another
was
friend
like,
say
girl,
too.
kudos to you because that can't, girl, go ahead.
Girl. So look, I literally opened Chat GPT because me and Chat go together real bad. And I was like, all right, I sent a picture. This is my tent set up. What am I missing? And the first I learned that a wagon would be very helpful as opposed to a suitcase. Y'all, I did not motherfucking know. It was the biggest thing I could use at the time. I was like, all right, I can stuff all this stuff in there. So no, we're not doing suitcases. We have an official collapsible wagon now.
Okay.
Also, what I learned was the beach tent that I used in the sand is not the tent that you want to use when you go out to the campground, especially when it's raining. Duh. I didn't
Mm.
know though. I had no idea. I just said tent is
First
a
of
tent.
all, there's
We're
two
gonna use a
different,
tent.
exactly. Because I was like, wait, I just learned something here. I didn't know there was a
Girl,
difference. All
I didn't
right. We're
know. I
learning.
got
Go
some
ahead.
tarp. I was Googling. I got some tarp. I got us a blow up bed. I got us a portable. So the modem I heard in another person's tent. It was their called, I forgot what it's called, y'all, but it's like a portable electrical box type of thing where you can plug in
Mm.
your blow
Oh,
up
like a
bed and blow it
generator.
up.
Okay.
A generator, like a portable generator. So girl, we had that. So the next camping trip, okay, that we did, it was fire. I'm ready to go again. And I sent Dom pictures. So we had our blow up bed. We had so much space. The other tent, we was touching each other anywhere we sat in the tent. This tent, we had space for our bags. We had tarp underneath. Baby, I was ready for the rain because if it rained, I had a thing for the top. I was ready. We had our little
Okay.
lantern and it was amazing. And so the second trip was completely different, right? And I think the biggest lesson here was like I wasn't bad at camping. I was just unprepared and uninformed. And so, or yeah, uninformed,
Yeah.
uninformed,
Yeah.
uninformed.
Uninformed.
And
Yeah.
so what I did was I did my research. I changed it up and I had a better experience.
It sounds, yeah, that better experience, that second
Girl.
experience definitely sounds like the better experience. And so when you think back, what is the thing that kept you like that made you say, okay, we're gonna try this again, instead of saying it didn't work. So I tried it once. That's we can say I could check that off the list. We tried camping and we're done. What made you say, like, let me do this again?
Definitely, definitely baby Z. Like I didn't want this to be a failure for her. This is her first memory of camping. I didn't want that to be the experience. So I would say definitely her. And to be honest, Dom, even though I'm competitive with myself and I don't want to fail and I'm determined and I persist, I don't know. I really don't know if I were doing it by myself, if I would have felt inclined to do it again because I don't care that much about camping, but she cared about it. So that's what was like, oh, we're
Yeah.
going to Amazon. I'm gonna get all the supplies. Like that is what really drove me. So I would say that's really what it was. And I also like I'm not about to let this shit beat me. Like that was another thing. Like I'm not about to no. I'm gonna do this. And now, girl, now I'm ready to go fishing. And I told you too, I was like, Don, we should go on a camping trip. Girl, I ain't never been fishing in my life. And now I'm like, we about to do a black girls fishing trip. Like
Okay.
outdoorsy. I'm so
Listen, y'all got
girly
to see
girl. I
my
want to
face on
smell
the video because I was over
girl.
here like fishing. I don't know about that, girl.
Girl, I don't want to gut no fish,
Okay.
but I'm like, I'm such a girly girl. I'm like, I'm with the shits now. We survival of the fittest now. All right.
I'll figure out how to cook the fish. You like
Okay.
you got to catch it and gut it.
Okay. We could
But
tag team. Yeah.
I'll figure out how to cook it. That's more
All
my
right.
speed. Hmm.
This remember you heard it here, ladies, when I text Dom about fishing.
Okay.
But I think some of the lessons we can take away, right, from this experience. One, feel disappointed. Feel the emotions. I was
Yes.
so fucking pissed driving home. Like, feel it. Don't skip it, right? Bad weekends
Hmm.
happen. Bad experiences happen. Cry if you need to. I definitely feel like crying. Laugh if you need to. Do what you gotta
Yeah.
do, right? And then get curious. Like, instead of I'm terrible at this or oh, I'm not ready for this, ask, what don't I know yet? That unlocks the
Mm,
possibilities. What don't I know yet?
yes.
Use your
Yes.
tools. I was on chat and Google trying to figure it out.
Yep. And then once you figure that out, change the strategy and try it again.
That's right.
And lady, we just want you to remember like the moral of this story is maybe you're not actually failing. Maybe this is your opportunity to learn some other life lessons
Mm-hmm.
so that you can then try it again.
Exactly. Because you just might be using a beach tent for a camping trip. Dun dun dun.